Mic check. One, two. Echoey. Mic check. One, two. Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to another daily live stream. It's been a very busy day for me today. Oh my goodness. I can't even start because somebody's already throwing a super chat this way. Miss Peaceful One with a $10 super chat. Miss Peaceful One, thank you for the support as always. Miss Peaceful One with a $10 super chat says, "Hi, Jerome. I pray you're having a good day. I'm having a good day. A pretty busy one. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed at the moment, but that's okay. I think I like this music better than the other intro music. I actually like this one a lot. That's why I picked this one. I'm digging it a lot. It feels like really inspirational to me. It's something about when the beat drops. I'm with you on that. Anywho, just a small token of appreciation. Miss Peaceful One, thank you so much for the donation. But thank you for the continued support as always. I appreciate you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks so much. Thank you. Thank you. I know I always do this. I just don't know how else to thank so many of you who support me in that way. Thank you again. Like I said, it's been a pretty overwhelming day today. I had to go help my ma earlier this morning, and I have a hard stop at, I'll say, around 3:05 p.m. today. So we only have about an hour today. I have work that needs to be done. The deadline is looming, so I need to finish that. I've been a little thrown off, but we're still here, and that's what matters. Before I begin, Maggie May Almadas, Megan, Kevin, who else is in here? As I scroll down, Ian, hello, how's it going? Aisha, hello, hello. For the good. Mandla, Sydney, Happy Bunny Love. Who else am I missing? It's so nice to see you all. It's so nice to see you all talking to each other. Cap Rising, hello. Margaret from Facebook, Juyon, Jordan. I feel like it's been a minute. Tommy, hi Tommy, nice to see you. Jeffrey, I don't know if I've seen you here before. I'm here. I made it to a live stream. Maybe you have. I just can't remember. Currently on my walking pad, getting my steps in. I love it. I'd love to hear you working on one of your weight loss levers. Blue Ocean, hello. K Betters, hello. Randall, how's it going? Jody, hi, nice to see you. Raven E1, hello. Willis, hi everyone. Thanks for being here. Always appreciate so many of you coming on here. So let's actually scroll up. Let's read what's going on with you. Remember, this is an accountability live stream. This is where I share my accountability, but this is also where you should be sharing your accountability. And I want to be able to highlight some of that, but I can't even continue because Tommy just donated a $10 Canadian super chat and didn't even say anything. Tommy, thank you for the support as always. I appreciate you. Tommy and Miss Peaceful One, thank you both so much. Tommy, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Again, this is all I can do. I don't know how else to thank you both. So thanks so much. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to scroll back up here. I want to just highlight a couple of things here. Maggie May broke my 72-hour fast. Congrats on the 72-hour fast with a healthy refeed and a healthy refeed on top of that. Bonus, still dropped 0.2 pounds this morning. Oh man, wait, so you still dropped weight even after the refeed? It sounds like a really good refeed then. Currently 21 hours into another fast, rolling back into another one. I'd love to see it, Maggie. Keep it going. Keep it going. Who else is in here? Kevin says 111 hours into a 155-hour fast. Feeling good. Used my "it's not your eating day" mantra. There you go. With all the little snacks in the house, just need a smart plan. For tomorrow's feed. And that's a great mantra. That's also my mantra. Today is a fasting day. Literally, today is my fasting day. Today is a non-negotiable day. Today is a day where food is not going to be any part of my daily routine. because I ate last night. I had a good refeed last night. I ate well last night. I'm still trying to lose excess body fat. And I know that fasting is going to be good for me. It's going to be good for my body. So I love that for you, Kevin. 111 hours in. Congrats. I'm pushing another long fast. Megan says, I'm trying for a 21-day fast. I've done 14 days before, just never a 21. So my advice, and you've probably heard me say this before, Megan, but for anybody else who's trying to plan or push a long fast, just remember, if you're trying for a 21-day fast, if you're trying for a long extended fast, just remember what your backup plan is. If you don't get to 21 days, if it ends up being 14 days, if it ends up being 7 days, if it ends up being 23 hours, the plan is simple. You're going to break based on how long you fast for. Maybe it's a cleaner refeed. Maybe it's less calories. Maybe it's a better choice. And then you're going to hit your timer and you're going to go again. Maybe it won't be a 21-day if you've gone 11 days. Maybe it just means, okay, I'm going to roll into a 36-hour, or I'm going to do an OMAD, or I'm going to do a 3-day, whatever that might be. I guess, why am I losing my train of thought? The best way to say it is you're still going to show up, right? You're still going to make the best decisions that you can, and you're going to move forward, and there's no starting over. There's no saying, well, this sucks. I'm just going to eat whatever now. And again, these are options that you can do. If you want to eat a certain way, you can, but consciously make that decision before throwing away the day completely. So congrats. Good luck to you, Megan. Let me know when you push through, and let me know how it's going. And even if it doesn't get to 21 days, I would love to still hear about your progress. Keep updating us every day if that accountability is going to be helpful for you. What else do we have going on here? Aisha says, I'm a little over 24 hours fasted. My morning weight today was 194, which is a 4-pound gain from yesterday's morning weight. It's one of my lower regains from a refeed. I'm rolling into another 7-day. I love that for you, Aisha. That's a big win there too, is fasting and then refeeding, and even just seeing the weight not push up as high as it normally has in the past. Sorry, I'm looking here because I'm getting a spam call. Anyway, congrats, Aisha. That's awesome. I'm sure it feels good to step on the scale and be like, hey, it didn't push up as high as it normally did. I'm sure it's motivating to get back into another rolling fast. Keep us posted as always. Sydney, did I say hi? Hi, Sydney. How's it going? Happy Bunny says, I made it to the live in time, really having a tough mixed day. It's been so hard trying not to soothe with food. I had snack, chips, and a Coke Zero during my fast, struggling not to get takeout now. So Happy Bunny, a lot of things here. So sorry you're having a tough day. Hopefully for you, you realize, and I mean, that's the number one thing here, is at least you're aware that you're struggling, that you're having a hard day, and that your brain is telling you, hey, maybe I should eat. And for you, you even said it yourself, trying not to soothe with food. So think about what this might look like for you, struggling not to get takeout now. What this could mean as well is if you do decide to break, if there's that part of you that says, I can no longer fast, I can no longer push a fast, I can no longer try to take electrolytes and see if I can prolong it, try a 0-calorie drink, try something like bone broth, even try to modify your fast with a small amount of calories. If you've exhausted all your options and you've told yourself it's time to break, does it have to be takeout? I know that it would be great to do takeout and just forget about the day. But at the same time, you know that there are other steps that come before takeout, that come before DoorDash or delivery. You can always prepare your own food. You can always make better choices. You can always say, well, that's right. I forgot that Jerome mentioned I could try all these other things first before getting to that point. And if it gets to that point, then you make the best decisions that you can. You hit your timer and you move on. The other question you should ask yourself too is, are you truly physically hungry? If you didn't eat right now, if you didn't eat in the next hour, what is the worst thing that's going to happen? Would you be in bed and you can't get out of bed because you can't function? Would you not be able to live a normal life for the next 3 hours, 6 hours? Sometimes it's just even asking a question like that. Sometimes it's even just being in here with other people in chat. And I'm sure people have shared or people have tried to help out. So keep us posted, Happy Bunny. Thank you for being vulnerable and sharing that, because it's not an easy thing to do. Remember, this accountability live stream is a place to share the good and the bad. I know people love to share when they do well, but remember, this is also a place to share when you're struggling, because I know a lot of people can relate. I know a lot of us have been in that position. And I see people trying to help here, and I love to see that. Sorry, y'all, I'm scrolling down. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else. Juyeon says, hi, Jerome, I'm from South Korea. You were here yesterday, right? Or were you in the comments? Maybe you left a comment. 43 years old. One day I fast, the next day I binge. It's painful to be in this loop. What can I do? So Juyeon, so that's the thing, is if you are in this place where you are binging, where you are eating uncontrollable amounts of food, maybe the way I really look at this is fasting for an entire day the right choice right now? Maybe what it means is fasting and doing OMAD, eating once a day, maybe even eating twice a day, and really working on eating better and making better choices. And when it's time to push a longer fast, you do that, because what you might be doing right now is you might fast for a long period of time. And then you might say, okay, today I'm going to fast another day. Tomorrow I'm going to fast another day. And then by the time you get to a certain point, you're like, I can't do this anymore. Now I'm just going to eat everything. That kind of behavior is a bad habit that you have put on yourself. And you need to break yourself out of that habit. And sometimes people find themselves doing this because they're restricting too much. And maybe what you need to do then is stop worrying about a 3-day fast, a 5-day fast, a 7-day fast. Because Juyeon, if you're in here and you're like fasting one day, but you were trying to do a 3-day fast or trying to do a 7-day fast, maybe it's time to stop all of that right now. And it's time to start working on eating better. It's time to start working on your other weight loss levers. It's time to start working on your exercise. It's time to start working on your good sleep. But for a lot of us, it's just time to start working on eating better, on limiting calories. And you might be saying, but I can't do that. I eat so much. I'm not saying you have to eat the cleanest. I'm not saying you have to eat the most perfect right now. But what it means is if you are binging, then you need to just at least stop that part. There's a difference between overeating and binging. There's a difference between healthy eating and overeating. There's a difference between eating a little more and overeating and binging. And so you need to find yourself taking steps down. So maybe it means a shorter fast, because right now you can't get out of the all or nothing loop. Like you said, being in that painful loop and trying a shorter fast, trying to eat better. And it doesn't mean that you can't do a longer fast later on, but you have to fix this part first. Because if you're binging right now, you're just digging yourself a deeper hole. If you're binging right now, you are doing things to yourself that is physically harming you, mentally harming you, and you have to get out of that first before you can do anything else. That's at least the way I see it. So keep us posted, Jiyeon. Keep us posted. What time is it in South Korea? Is it like 1 in the morning? I don't know what the time difference is from Manila. In Manila right now, it would be like 3:30 in the morning. Just curious. Thanks for sharing though, Jiyeon. It's not easy to share that. For the good says, I'm ready to see yesterday's refeed. I have it. I have it. Love seeing the food Jerome eats only because I have a leaky gut and have only been able to consume the same 9 foods for 8 months. Oh, goodness. The same 9 foods? Does it get boring after a while? Oh, does it get better? Are you able to eat more foods later on? I'm just asking out of curiosity. Thanks for sharing that with us. I mean, that's I wonder how that works for you. I will show my refeed though, so we will watch that. I know there are a lot more comments here, and I know I can't get through everything because, like I said, I only have a little over half an hour at this point. So I'm going to try to read a couple more here and then start digging into my nerd stats. Jody says, hi, Jerome. I'm going to hit my goal of 96 hours as I'm only 3 hours away from it. Congrats on being 93 hours in. May just continue on as I'm feeling fine. I love that for you, Jody. Congrats. Congrats on getting a long fast under your belt. Keep us posted. Keep us posted. Okay, everyone, I know I can't get through everything right now, but if you have questions, I will try to answer what I can. I appreciate you all being here though. It's 4, Jiyeon. It's so early in the morning. Hopefully you got some sleep. Spike, what's going on? I see you. Nice to see you. Okay, everyone, let's get into the nerd stats. Let's talk about my day. Let me share my accountability with you. Today is Thursday, October 2nd. Today is day 697 of my journey. The title of this live stream is 697 Days of Building Healthy Habits That Last. Surprisingly, on day 1 of my journey, I wasn't even thinking about healthy habits. On day 1 of my journey, all I was really thinking about was fasting and eating 6,000 calories, and then fasting for a long period of time and eating 6,000 calories, walking an hour. And it's really interesting how over the last 697 days, almost 700 days, my mindset has changed. It isn't just about fasting for 4 days at a time. It's talking about building good, healthy habits that can be long lasting, that I can take with me for the rest of my life. Remember, the last 697 days of my journey have not been perfect. There have been a lot of good days, and there have been some bad days, and there have been some days in between, but nothing has stopped me from restarting this journey. There's no more day 1. There's no more, I'm going to start on Monday. It's Thursday right now, and I'm about to eat, so I might as well just enjoy the weekend and start on Monday. So when it comes to imperfect consistency, remember, your days don't have to be perfect. You just have to do something that's consistent for you. I'm going to answer this question because I know Jiyeon is going through some things, especially when it comes to binging. Jerome, I just fast for 40 hours. I have carb addiction, so I can't go further. So I did 40-hour fasts weekly, but when I refeed, I have watery poop. Any tips? So, I mean, here's the thing. If you are having an issue with the kind of carbs you're eating, think about this too. Are you eating just a bunch of processed food? Is it ultra processed food? How clean is your diet? Because that's the bigger issue, is if you are binging, I can imagine that you're not binging on whole foods. My guess is you were probably binging on foods that you shouldn't be eating. And are you doing it because you're telling yourself it's time to fast and now I can't have these foods, and you're restricting too much? So first of all, don't even just say only 40 hours. 40 hours is still great. A 40-hour fast is something I'm currently doing right now. The question you have to ask yourself is controlling your calories. As far as going to the bathroom, I'm not exactly sure. I don't really have issues when it comes to this, but I would say maybe it's time to really take a look at your diet and start cleaning that up. Like I said, the first thing that you probably have to do is stop with the binging. If you want more help when it comes to this, I know I can't answer every question that everybody asks, but if you ever want to have a conversation, I mean, you can always try to book something with me. And this isn't me trying to sell you on anything, but you can always email me too. I'm happy to answer with what I can do, but I only have so much time as well. I would say though, the first thing that you probably have to do is start working on the binging part and start working on letting that go. Keep us posted. Keep us posted. What have I been doing now for the last 71 days? One, I have been live streaming for 71 days in a row. And in that same amount of time, I have also been sharing my daily routine on what I've been doing. In the last 71 days, I have done things like ADF, fasting for about 40 hours, eating every other day, fasting every other day. I have done some long fasts. I have done some fasts in between that. And I've also had days where I overeat. I've had days where I go on vacation and eat back-to-back days. And if you look at the very last bullet there, I am currently working on 13 rounds of ADF. But you'll also see I might do 13 rounds of ADF, or I might do a 60-hour fast. And I might actually ask all of you for your opinion on what I should do. But before you answer that question, let me give you that scenario later on in the nerd stats. I'm just trying to push my fasting thing here. Oh, there we go. So as I'm currently working on round 13 of ADF, I'm currently 16 and a half hours fasted. I'm not going to be eating at all today. Today is my fasting day. Today is my non-negotiable day. Today is the day where I don't think about food in that way. Today is a get your shit done day. Today is do the things you have to do, take care of the things you have to do that is completely outside of food. So let's talk about the refeed. If you were here yesterday, I talked about how I was going to refeed and keep my calories under 3,000 and keep my protein above 190. If you saw my last refeed, I was able to achieve that. I kept my calories under 3,000 and I told myself yesterday, all right, Jerome, let's try to do it again. You might not be able to, but try your best to keep it under 3,000. You can try to guess now. Did I keep it under 3,000? Let's take a look. So for yesterday's refeed, you'll see here, and again, here's another disclaimer. If watching people eat is going to trigger you, I would say come back in about 6 to 8 minutes, something like that. So yesterday's refeed, after fasting for, how long did I fast for yesterday? 46 hours, I believe. I don't have my thing up here, unfortunately. That's okay. But I think I fasted for 46 hours yesterday. And what I ended up doing was breaking with, like Sydney says, the famous pineapple cottage cheese concoction. So that's an awful pause right there. But for many of you, I know it's not the prettiest thing. I know there are some of you who cannot eat cottage cheese at all, but I am really enjoying this concoction, like Sydney says. Pineapple and cottage cheese. The reason I was eating this is because I was waiting for all my meat and vegetables to cook. After that, because they were still not cooked, I had 2 bananas that are ripe, which are my favorite way to eat bananas. And then after that, I had some vegetables that finished. This is just a bowl of mushrooms, I believe about 200 grams, maybe 210 or so. Nothing special about them, but mushrooms are some of my favorite things to eat. After that, I had, and you know what's going to be coming up here, Brussels sprouts. This is about a pound of Brussels sprouts, roasted, cooked perfectly. One of my favorite things to eat. One of the things that I'm worried about that I'm not going to get when I go to the Philippines or when I move to the Philippines. You'll also see me eat it with some balsamic vinegar here. I don't like to put it on the actual Brussels sprouts because I don't like too much of it. I kind of use it as a dipping sauce. It works. I enjoy it. After the Brussels sprouts, I don't know if I had my main meal after that. No, I had these carrot chips. These are thinner carrots. I actually don't prefer them this way. The next time I make that, I'm going to kind of cut it up into bigger chunks whenever I have carrots again. I just wanted something different. That was about 10 ounces of carrots, or about, like, I don't know, 150 grams or so. And then this is turkey sausage. This was Italian turkey sausage. This is what I had on my last refeed with some stewed tomatoes and white rice. These turkey sausages are actually really, really good. There's a specific brand I buy that are good, but each sausage is only 130 calories. I had 4 of them yesterday. On my last refeed, I had 5 of them. And each one's like 17 grams of protein. So it's a really good mix of meat and veggies, and of course rice. And it's not the cleanest refeed, everyone. You'll probably see me struggle through eating some of this. Anyway, it was really good. It was really filling. And then I had corn. Corn had some butter in it as well. Not much else to say about it. I've been eating a lot of corn lately. This was about 225 grams. I didn't eat the whole bowl that was in here. I ate 225 grams worth. And then after corn with the butter, dessert. This, you've all seen me eat this dessert. This is my substitute for pumpkin pie. This is sugar-free vanilla pudding mix with milk, with protein powder, with canned pumpkin, with pumpkin pie spice, with Biscoff cookies on top, which is just really some of my favorite things to eat. I'll put here turkey sausage with the dead emoji. I know it's not everyone's favorite either, but that was my dessert. That was pretty much my refeed. I think the rest of this clip is just me eating the rest of it. It is a really good substitute for what I used to enjoy when it comes to pumpkin pie. And that's pretty much what I ate yesterday. I did not eat extra cookies. I did not say, well, now it's time to eat X, Y, and Z. And to give you the calorie count here, not there, but here, if you look at the very bottom for 10-1, which was yesterday, my calories were under 3,000 again. So in my last 10 refeeds, I have now had 3 refeeds be under 3,000. And then you'll see the ones that aren't highlighted at all, those were under 4,000. So I look at those as great wins as well. I got my protein under control, but y'all, this is 2 refeeds in a row of under 3,000 calories. Like, that's a, well, it's back here. That's a pat on the back for me. I can't remember the last time I had 2 refeeds in a row under 3,000 calories. I would have to check my stats for that. So I was very happy about that. And when it comes to what my refeed weights look like, if you look where it's highlighted in red after my refeeds, you'll see my weight push up 4 pounds, 6 pounds. But if you look at my last 2 refeeds, because my refeeds were not 6,000 calories or 5,000 calories, the weight isn't pushing up 5, 6, 7 pounds. You'll see these last 2 refeeds, 2.6 pounds, 4.4 pounds. Did I gain 4.4 pounds of fat after eating yesterday's refeed? No. It's 4.4 pounds of water, the food that I just took in, maybe a little fat because it was still close to 3,000 calories. But the reason I know that it's not just fat getting piled on is if you look at where it's highlighted in green, you'll see that I will lose after even a 24 plus hour fast. I'll lose 5 pounds, 6 pounds, sometimes more, sometimes less. Now, do I lose 4, 5, 6 pounds of fat after a 24 plus hour fast? No. Again, that's water weight. A reminder for all of you to not be so obsessed with the scale and realize that if you trust the process, if you can fast for even 24 plus hours, that weight will push itself down. Thanks everyone for all the kind words about me getting it done. Spike, Jerome makes the most sloppy concoctions. I won't even go there. So here are my refeed stats for my last 33 refeeds. In my last 33 refeeds, my average refeed time around 5 hours. That time has pushed itself down because yesterday's refeed, I think, was like less than 2.5 hours. Average calories per refeed have now pushed itself down to 4,100. It's still 4,120 versus 4,156. It's still a lot higher than where I want it to be, but it doesn't change the routine. I keep trusting the process. I keep moving forward. I keep doing what I need to do. And even though my calories per refeed are higher than where I want it to be, the reason I'm still able to keep this weight off is because I'm still putting alternate day fasts in, still fasting every other day, still eating every other day. My average protein per refeed around 210, which I'm really happy about to keep the protein that high. And obviously, it's more than just fasting. I have talked about how this is about mindful eating, about cardio, about your strength training, about good sleep. In the last 71 days, since I have been logging very vigorously, or I guess just strictly, however you want to put it, in the last 71 days, my daily step average is almost 16,000 steps. That number is starting to find itself going down because my steps aren't always 16,000, although yesterday's step count was 16,000. My goal though is to only do about 12.9K steps a day on average, because I'm just trying to do 15,000 steps 6 times a week. Now, does it mean that you have to do 15,000 steps 6 times a week? No, it doesn't. You have to figure out what works for you. You might not even enjoy taking that many steps. Maybe you enjoy other forms of cardio. Maybe it's a bike ride. Maybe it's what other forms of cardio are there? An elliptical, maybe it's swimming, maybe it's even doing something like MMA training, whatever it might be, boxing, whatever it might be. I've also incorporated strength training. My goal is to do strength training the day after a refeed. And you can be sure that this morning when I woke up, what did I do this morning? I think I say this almost every day. I get up, I go to the bathroom, I step on the scale, I walk out the door. I walk for about 40 minutes, and then I go to the gym, I lift heavy, and then I walk about another 40 minutes, and then I go about my day. And today I woke up super early because I had to take care of a few things for my ma, and it didn't change what I needed to do. I set my alarm for even earlier so I could get my walk in, I could get my strength training in, so I could accommodate that because I don't want to break my routine. That's how important my routine is for me. I do practice something called the 80-20 rule. What does the 80-20 rule mean? It means that 80% of the time, I try to keep my calories in check. 80% of the time, I'm completing my fasts. 80% of the time, I'm getting my steps in. The other 20% of the time, I'm going out with friends. I'm overeating. I might not be tracking calories as rigorously. That was the word I was looking for. I think I said vigorously, rigorously. But if you look, when I have my 80% days, my calories are around 3,000, 3,100. Still a bit higher than where I want it to be, but I'm still pretty happy with that. 59 of the last 71 days have been 80% days where I am doing the things I should be doing. My 20% days where I'm overeating, when I'm going out with friends, when I'm eating foods that I don't typically eat, it's only happened 12 times over the last 71 days. That's almost 2.5 months. And that's about 6 times a month at that point. My calories per average are close to 6,000, which is a lot per refeed. But remember, this isn't every day. That's only 12 times over the last 71 days. Uncle Reggie with the $5 super sticker. Uncle Reggie, I appreciate you so much for the support as always. I don't know what that super sticker looks like just yet, but I'll take a look at it after the live stream or after I do my other work after this live stream. Uncle Reggie, thank you for the super chat. Also, Uncle Reggie, just FYI, I know you were on our live stream last night. I don't know if you had a chance to watch like the second half of it, but yesterday's live stream last night was really good. We had a lot of people come on and talk. And so if you didn't get a chance, I mean, please feel free. It's just, I wanted you to get, I know it was your first live stream with us last night. I just wanted you to see what it's like when multiple people come on and talk. So Uncle Reggie, thank you so much again for the super sticker. Thank you for your continued support. I appreciate you. I mean, you've been supporting so much lately. So thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay. Here are my goals. My goals don't change. It's to keep the calories under 3,000 and to eat more than 190 grams of protein. Why is eating that much protein important for me? I prioritize protein because number one, when it comes to protein has a thermic effect. Protein, by that, I mean that when you digest protein, it burns more calories than it burns when you consume fat or carbs. Digesting protein pretty much means that the more protein you eat, the more that your body has to work, which means that more calories burned means more weight lost, or at the same time, the opportunity to eat more. I prioritize protein because it's a good way to maintain muscle, to build muscle. And let's not forget, maintaining your muscle and building muscle is a way to keep your metabolism high, to keep it up. The more muscle you have, the more muscle you can maintain, the more your BMR, your pretty much your metabolic rate continues to stay high. The more calories you burn because of your metabolism, the more weight you lose, or the more calories you can eat. So remember, prioritize protein. I mean, I know it's not easy for everyone, but sometimes it's just about making sure you're making better choices when you're eating. Why have another bag of chips when you can make a different decision? Even for me, sometimes when I eat, even when I eat my food, like I eat cottage cheese because I do enjoy it, but also because I know it's higher in protein. I know that will help fulfill the 190 grams that I'm trying to get to. So I'm going to share my October goals again, because what I love is I'm about to gamify this. This is why I love Nerd Stats, because it makes it fun for me to give myself these challenges and share these nerd stats. Sometimes I wonder how so many of you are actually watching these nerd stats. Do you actually enjoy me throwing these nerd stats up? Because here are my October goals. You'll notice my October goals have nothing to do with fasting. Does it mean I'm not going to be fasting? That's not what I'm saying. But right now, I'm trying to prioritize other things outside of fasting, because fasting I can do. I don't have a problem when it comes to fasting, but I have other goals, other weight loss levers that I know I need to be better at. So when it comes to my October goals, I want to be in a 10,500 calorie deficit by the end of October 1st, or by the end of October 31st. Why 10,500? Because that is exactly 3 pounds of body fat. I'm not worried about the scale. I'm not worried about what the scale says. I'm more interested in making sure that I put myself in a big enough caloric deficit to lose body fat. Because what does it matter what the scale says if I'm gaining a pound of muscle during the month and I'm losing 3 pounds of body fat? That makes more of a difference than losing a pound of muscle or not losing enough body fat just because the scale says otherwise. That's why for me right now, a caloric deficit is really, really important. You'll see in August, I had a great deficit, losing over 20,000 calories or being in a 20,000 caloric deficit in August. But September, this past month, I was in a surplus. I kept my weight steady, but I was in a surplus. But my other October goals then is to keep my refeeds where they're at, 15,000 steps 6 times a week, and strength train every morning after the refeed. But let's actually take a look at what these October goals look like. I know it's October 2nd, so we only have the stats for one day, but I'm going to do this every day. These are my goals. This is a way to keep myself accountable. Here are my October goals, or my October goal stats so far after one day. So you'll look, if you look here, my goal is to consume no more than 60,800 calories for the month of October, for October 1 to October 31. Currently, because I ate yesterday, I'm at a surplus right now. You'll see out of 2,300 calories, I'm currently 665 calories in a surplus. Am I worried about that? No. Why? Because I'm fasting today. So now I'll be at a deficit after I get through my fasting day today. And then tomorrow, when I update stats for day number 2, then you'll see this number start to swing. As far as my refeed goals are to eat under 3,000 calories and over 190 grams of protein. I have now completed that 1 of 1 times at 100%, 15,000 steps. I want to do that 6 times a week. I did the math on that. That's about 27 times this month out of 31. Right now, I've done 1 of 27, and then strength train the morning after a refeed. I have done that today. So I'm 1 of 1 when it comes to that. And you will see these stats every single day for the entire month of October, because this is a good way for me to challenge myself. If you are looking at this and you're like, I like that, it's good to give myself goals. Do that for yourself. Give yourself goals. Gamify it. Make it interesting. Part of why I'm able to do this is because number 1, I'm accountable, but number 2, it's enjoyable for me. And you'll see number 3, because I share my stats, I make it fun in that way. It is enjoyable in that way. So I guess enjoyable and fun are the same thing, and maybe it's just 2 things, but that's pretty much what it is. It's time for Fit Check, everyone. I have about 10 minutes here, and I want to make sure I cover everything that I need to cover. I want to make sure I answer any questions for anybody else that might have any questions. So Fit Check is when I stand back here, as you see myself standing on my old street when I was a kid in Chicago. I stand back here to show you what I look like physically. I will show you what I look like, whether I'm feeling lean or like today when I gained 4.5 pounds after my refeed. I do that for accountability because I don't want to hide. I don't want to pretend it didn't happen. I don't want to make it a secret. One of the big things that I have learned over the last almost 700 days is when I hide, when I make it a secret, when I pretend it didn't happen, that's when the bad habits come into play. I have been overweight my entire life. This isn't something that happened when I was in my 40s or recently or even in my 30s. I have been like this my entire life, as a teenager, in my 20s, in my 30s, and even up into my 40s. I show all of these pictures because I want people to understand that I have lost this weight and kept it off almost 2 years later, not because I'm on medication, not because I've had any injections, not because of GLP-1 or Ozempic or anything like that. I get comments quite a bit from all the social media platforms, and they'll say you're on Ozempic, or are you on Ozempic, or whatever people want to say. And it's like, no, I'm not. I've been able to lose this weight and keep it off for almost 2 years naturally, not weight loss surgery, nothing like that. And I share those old photos as a reminder to people who might be struggling right now, so that you know that if you're at your wit's end, if you feel like there's nothing else I can do, I'm always going to be like this. I'm not saying that you can't find ways to get additional help, but if you are on the fence of should I do this or should I not, I just want to at least show you that I'm an example of somebody that has been overweight, obese, morbidly obese his entire life. And I have been able to lose that weight and keep it off for almost 2 years now naturally, because I have fixed my bad habits. And they're not completely fixed. They're not completely cured, but I've worked so hard at them and continued to evolve in my journey that I'm in this place right now. So let's go ahead. Let's do fit check. I'm going to move this over here. I'm currently wearing a size small sweater. So this is my quote unquote fat sweater. I usually don't wear small adult. I usually wear boys extra large, or sometimes boys large. These pants or these shorts are extra small. You'll notice this is smaller than a 28 waist, but there's still room in them because they're pretty small on me. We'll do a full shot here. Full shot. Side shot. Rear. Side shot. And that's pretty much fit check. It's a little harder to really see where my body is when I'm bloated, when I'm wearing a bigger shirt like this. I do have a compression shirt, so you can see in reality what this looks like. Some of this is loose skin. Some of this is belly fat. And this is why this right here, everyone, this right here, this right here is why I'm trying to lose 3 pounds more of body fat. This is, okay, that'll work. That's fine. So I know we're already coming up to the hour here, and I know I need to start finishing up other work. But at this time, if you have any questions, if you have anything you want to say specifically, I'll try to highlight things. So please feel free to share. If you just came in, say hi, say what's up. I'll try to say hi. I'll try to say what's up. While you might say something or ask any questions or make a comment in chat, if any of you are looking for help when it comes to fasting, weight loss, or accountability, if you're looking for an accountability partner or an accountability coach, you can go to finallyfasting.com. You can book a one-on-one session with me. We can put a game plan and a strategy. We can put a game plan and a strategy together to get you to your goals. I've said this many times, and I stand by this. My goal is to help you be where you need to be. My goal is to help you build your good, healthy habits and break your bad ones. My goal is to get you to your goal. You don't have to book with me. You don't. I put that out there for people who want additional help. But if anything, be here, share with us. Look at everybody in chat. Look at people supporting each other in that way. They're here because they know the importance of showing up, the importance of just being aware of what you're doing and taking care of yourself and working on your other weight loss levers, that you're also here for more than just fasting, that there are other things that are equally as important than fasting. That's the same reason that when I shared my October goals, you don't even see fasting there right now. I will fast and I will continue to fast. But right now, I know there are other things that are equally as important. Finallyfasting.com, if you'd like to book something though and have a one-on-one, you can check that out. You can also, if you want to support in a different way, you can go to the link in this live stream. In that link, you can be part of the Finally Fasting fam. You probably noticed there are some people here in chat who have a badge next to their name and a different color. And that's because they're part of the Finally Fasting fam. If you support me in that way, you'll get your name in the intros of these live streams. You will get to use custom emoji. If you join the higher tier, you can join us on our Wednesday evening or Wednesday late afternoon live streams. Yesterday's was really good. We had a lot of people get together and talk, and it's really nice. It's a smaller, intimate group coaching session. So if that's something you're interested in, please feel free to take a look. I was going to say this too, and I forgot to mention this. So I'm wondering, and you don't have to answer this question, but I am wondering for myself. I have plans this Saturday, okay? I have plans this Saturday. Usually for the entire month of September and even prior to that, I have been just eating every other day. I have plans this Saturday, like I said. My question is, do I push a 65-hour fast? Do I fast today and I fast on Friday? And then I break on Saturday and eat 5,000 calories, 6,000, because I know I will. I think we're actually going out to a bar first. So I'm going to be drinking. Or do I try to eat tomorrow and keep my calories low? There's a part of me that says I should try it and see if I can actually keep my calories, let's say around, 1,500. And it's not like I want to eat low calories for an extended period of time. That's just for tomorrow. I'm just wondering if I should do that. But then I'm just like, but even if I do OMAD, and let's say I eat at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m., I might just be like, well, it's already late. I just got to stay up for 3 more hours before I sleep. And let's just do a 65. So I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about it. I know that I should maybe start eating back-to-back days and seeing if I can control back-to-back days, but I don't know. That's kind of where my head is at when it comes to that. I guess we'll see. I'll make that decision. I'll read through chat if people have anything to say about that as well. So, okay, I'll read through here. I'll see if anybody has any questions. Letty with another $2 super chat. Go Cubs. I was so bummed about yesterday. I don't know what the score is. I should actually check. Actually, I need to start wrapping things up here because I need to finish up some work before my meeting. Oh, the game's at 4:08 today. The game's not for another hour. Letty, thank you for the $2 super chat. I appreciate your support. And yes, go Cubs, go Cubs. They got to win today. They got to win. Letty, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Okay, I'm going to scroll back up here. I'm going to see if we have any questions. Hi, the thing is, hello. Nice to see you. Have I seen you here before? I'm not sure. Willis says, Jerome, how do you calculate your calories for the month? Do you use your daily TDEE times the number of days in the month? Exactly, Willis, exactly that. And actually, that's a really good point too. So sometimes people get in this place where they think, okay, 2,300 calories is my TDEE. That means I can only eat 2,300 calories in that day. And if I go over that, then I fail. Listen, everyone, that's only for the day. Maybe for some of you, look at it like a bank. Look at it as 2,300 calories is one day, but how many is it 7 days? So in those 7 days, you have a bank of calories you can use. Some days might be more, some days might be less. Some days might be a 0-calorie day, so you have surplus to use. That's kind of how I look at it. I look at it like a bank in that way. Maybe one day I'll spend more time talking about that. But yes, Willis, that's exactly what I do. Hopefully that helps. Elle says, are we having a party for day 700? I mean, I didn't even have a party for 1 year of my journey. I wouldn't even know what to do for a party. and day 700 would be on a Sunday, and I'm going to a bar on Saturday, so I couldn't even eat that day. I don't know, but maybe we can have some kind of party, but I don't know what that would look like. I'll think about it. Maybe you have some ideas, Al. Keep us posted. Okay. Deja says live mukbang for the 700 party day. I can't. I'm going out to eat on day 699. I'm going to a bar and we're probably eating a bunch of shitty food that day. Thanks, Maggie. I actually am very fond of this color. I need to find, and I actually had somebody email me. You know who I'm talking to. I had someone email me and find me a boy's sweater in this color. So I might have to try that out still. Thanks, Tanisha. Appreciate you. Hi, Jerome. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you. I hope you do too. Elmada says, can you suggest an app for fasting? The ones I tried are so and so. I mean, I use the Zero Fast. I really don't recommend it because I don't really believe in having to just pay for it or getting spammed with it nonstop. I know a lot of people enjoy using Easy Fast. I am working on my own fasting app, but it is still very far behind. So until I get mine done, I can't recommend mine, but maybe you can try Easy Fast and see if that's helpful for you. I mean, feel free to use Zero. I just know that people don't care for it because it consistently spams you. It spams me all day to sign up and pay for X, Y, and Z, and I get annoyed with that. So Aisha asks, YouTube did me dirty. What time do you plan on live streaming tomorrow? Let me check this real quick, Aisha. Tomorrow actually might be an earlier day. Actually, it will be an earlier day because I just had someone book a session with me later in the day. I would say anywhere between 11:30 in the morning and 12:30 in the afternoon. 11:30 a.m. Central to 12:30 p.m. Central. So we'll do an early one for sure. For sure. Thank you for the question, Aisha. Thank you for the consistent question. Melly Mel asks, have you dealt with constipation with rolling fasts? I have not. People have asked this before, and if anything, Melly Mel, I'm going to ask the chat if they have any suggestions when it comes to that. Doing ADF since this past Saturday with no bowel movements. Sorry if that's TMI. It's not. It isn't. No pain or discomfort, just concern. This isn't normal for me. So, I mean, you know, even if you are, I guess the only thing I can recommend is see if there are foods, like are the foods you're eating, are they fibrous? Do they have fiber? Because I know if I have foods that usually contain a lot of fiber, that usually helps for me. That's my only recommendation. I'm sure there are other people who can chime in, but so it's been Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So it's been 5 days with no bowel movement. I would just maybe look into that, maybe make sure that you're well hydrated. Maybe you've tried all these things as well. I don't know. Keep us posted. Hopefully you'll be able to get that BM and keep on living life. I'm glad though there's no pain or discomfort. So keep us posted. What's up, Roberto? What's going on? How are you? Margaret asks the same question. What time is it live tomorrow? Margaret from Facebook. Hello. Like I said, 11:30 a.m. to around 12:30 p.m. Central. Jerome, can you do a hot dog eating contest? No. I don't know if I've ever tried to eat like a ton of hot dogs, but you know, I get upset when I see people make videos about like the best hot dogs and nobody talks about Vienna beef hot dogs. If any of you have never tried a Vienna beef hot dog, I know this is off topic, but if any of you have never tried a Vienna beef hot dog, you should. That is the best hot dog, bar none. It's a Chicago hot dog. I might be biased. I might have it tattooed. I might have the Vienna beef tattooed, or I might have the Vienna beef logo tattooed on my arm, but Again, I might be biased, but no, I'm not doing a hot dog eating contest. Okay, let me see here. Thank you for chiming in with what I should do tomorrow too. I'm going to think about it, so we'll see. We'll see. Blue Ocean says, how do you get used to black coffee for when you're fasting? I mean, I drink black coffee like 99% of the time. I don't know if maybe I'm supposed to say it's an acquired taste, but maybe it's an acquired taste. And I don't drink hot coffee. I mean, I will if I have to, but I really enjoy black iced coffee. So maybe if you haven't tried that, maybe that can be helpful. But even if you're having trouble with black coffee, maybe what it might mean is doing black coffee with like a 0-calorie sweetener. You don't have to do it forever. And for anybody who's going to be in here that says, no, Jerome, don't recommend that. Listen, I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just offering a suggestion. You can try it, see if it's helpful for you. And if it is, there you go. 0 calories. I know when I drink 0 calorie, when I know when I drink 0-calorie drinks, it doesn't spike my insulin. I don't get cravings. For you, it might be different. So just try it out. I'm not saying you have to do it. Just I'm putting options out there for you, Blue Ocean. Keep me posted. Maybe you'll figure something out that you like. Okay. I think that's it. I laughed because I saw Deja say, ew, hot dog competitions. Yeah, they dip it in water. It's not, and here's the thing. I would love to eat. I would love to, I know this is, again, for me, it's a little different. I would love to actually do like an eating competition, but I also know I have issues when it comes to eating because I feel like I could probably hang with some people. I mean, you've all seen me eat, but I don't think you've all seen me eat like just trying to put the food down. I can do that easily, but I also know that isn't what I should be doing, especially when I have my own issues when eating. Anyway, but I've kind of thought about it for, I don't know, we'll see. Okay, everyone, it's 3:10. I am way past my time. I have work that I still need to do. Before I go, Miss Peaceful One, Tommy, Uncle Reggie, and Letty, thank you so much for the donations today. I appreciate your continued support as always. Thank you so much for that. To all my Finally Fasting fam members who are part of the YouTube membership, thank you so much for your support as well. I appreciate you. It supports me in what I do. And thank you to all my regulars. Thank you to even all the non-regulars who stopped in today. If this is motivating and inspiring for you, show up tomorrow. Be accountable tomorrow. Share with us. Talk to people in chat. I mean, if you're here to just lurk and you find it motivating, then continue to be here. But if you think you might need additional accountability and it's helpful for you, be here in chat. Talk with others. Remember, I keep this as a safe space. I don't tolerate bullshit here. I don't tolerate trolls. Yes, people will come in here every now and then and be annoying, but it's short-lived. I want to make this a good place for people to share and be accountable because what we do share is not the easiest for many of us. So I think that's it. I think that's all I got. We'll do this again tomorrow. Thank you all so much for being here. And like I said, if this is helpful for you, come back tomorrow. I look forward to you being here. Hopefully I can give you a hello and a shout out, answer a question, talk about a comment. But for now, I need to go because I have a lot to do and that's it. But you'll get my obligatory wave. Let's do this again tomorrow. Day 698. What day journey are you on? Hopefully it's not day 1. Hopefully you know that it's time to stop starting over. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, everyone.